Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, thank you for hopping in and joining me, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity, in this and all the episodes of the Daily Energize. I really appreciate you, whether this is your first episode or your 900th or whatever number we're on. We have to be close to that, so nearing it. Maybe we're We're inching closer to 900. I think that's it. I think this is 898, 899, 899, whatever. Doesn't matter. Thank you for being here. Thanks for letting me go off on my little weird tangents. I appreciate it. And just thank you for shining your beautiful light with the world, allowing me to be part of your journey. And I can't tell you how amazing it is to have you in my journey. Like, seriously, you are so amazing. And I'm just incredibly grateful for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so today's episode, I'm going to talk about hard questions. And the last 2 weeks, last week's and this week's episodes, not all of them, but some of them kind of tie into this. And I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. A lot of my growth, mindset, personal growth, whatever you want to call it, the growth that I've experienced over the last couple years, as in the last 4 or 5 years, has come from me asking myself hard questions, from being really open, at least to myself. Maybe not with others. I try to be as open and vulnerable with Katie and my inner circle. But first and foremost, I try to be open and real with myself. Because for years, I lied to myself. I told myself these little lies to make me feel good, feel better, and just to keep going forward. And all that was doing was holding me back from shining my light as bright as possible, from me embracing my truth and being me. And so now I intentionally ask myself the hard and difficult questions. Like, why did I say that? Why did I do that thing, that action? Why did I decide to do that? What was my intention behind that thing? Saying that thing or taking that action or doing that thing, whatever that is. Reflecting on conversations and dissecting them with compassion, with love and grace, not throwing blame or judgment towards me or the other person, but just being aware and trying to understand. Asking myself, well, why? What would happen if we did it that way? Being open and vulnerable without belittling myself has been huge. It's allowed me to become aware of a lot of things that I like, the things that I do that I'm proud of, that I'm grateful for, things that I want to keep doing. It also has made me aware of things that I'm not so much a fan of, things that I would appreciate and life would be better if I did differently. So, while I can't change the past, I could take those lessons into the future. And I have to do that with love, with grace, with compassion towards myself, because it's really easy to beat yourself up. Really easy to just let this go down the rabbit hole of anger and hatred and frustration. I try to never let it go that far. But it does happen at points, and thankfully I have people around me to pour into me and lift me up and raise me up, and I'm aware of it. But then again, I ask, well, why did that happen? Why did I let myself get down there? I ask myself those hard questions. How often do you ask yourself those hard questions? And I'm not saying you need to do it 24/7, but once a day? 2-3 times a week? Ask yourself those hard questions. For me, it's a lot of times when I'm journaling. And sometimes it's when I'm journaling in the morning. Other times I might pull out my journal later in the day or just sit down and write and reflect on it. Of different situations. And you find what works best for you. But start asking yourself those hard questions without judgment, without any anger, frustration, or hatred, or any of that stuff. Try not to belittle yourself. Just ask yourself those questions. And when you do, and you start to realize and see those answers, amazing growth can happen, because all of a sudden you're getting these really cool nuggets that the universe, that God is showing you. It's incredible. Are you asking yourself those hard questions? I hope you do. And if you'd like some help, reach out. We got you. We can give you some hard questions. For example, why did I do fill in the blank? What would happen? That's a trickier one. What would happen if I did it differently? What was my intention with blank? If you could start with, what was my intention? How did it come across? With, why did I do those things? What's the deep root reason for it? You're going to get off, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn about yourself, and you're going to launch yourself into this whole incredible moments of growth. But as soon as you start beating yourself up with it, stop and pull yourself out of it. Do something else, because that's not going to serve you. All right. Ask yourself those hard questions. Have the support. You have the energizers. You have me by your side supporting you, encouraging you, and pouring love and light into you. So keep shining bright. Ask yourself those hard questions. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. Keep shining bright. And until next time, I will catch you later.
Thank you.